The Constitution Amendment Tobago Self-Government Bill 2020. Where are we? The committee continued the work of its predecessor of the 11th Parliament, which spent a considerable amount of time studying the proposal presented to the Parliament in 2018, engaging stakeholders far and wide through a series of consultations and examining similar regions that have established semi-autonomous or federal systems of governance. Having now concluded its extensive review of the bill, the committee is engaging in public consultations and wants your comments on its preliminary findings and proposals. Your feedback would be useful in helping arrive at conclusions in this very important matter. What are the committee's preliminary findings? The committee has found that this process requires not only amendments to the Constitution, but also companion legislation for the operationalization of the institutions that will be established under the Constitution to accord self-government to the island of Tobago. This mechanism will guarantee the legal certainty required for such an important and historic arrangement. What is being proposed by the committee? The committee proposes that the 2020 bill be revised and divided into two bills: a Constitution Amendment Tobago Self-Government Bill 2021 and its companion Tobago Island Government Bill 2021. The Constitution Amendment Tobago Self-Government Bill 2021 proposes to amend the Constitution to accord internal self-government to Tobago by providing inter alia for 1. The recognition of the equality of status between the island of Tobago and the island of Trinidad within the unitary state of Trinidad and Tobago. 2. Acknowledgement in the preamble to the Constitution of the right of the people of Tobago to determine in Tobago their political, economic, social, and cultural development. The committee believes that the Tobago Executive Council should be headed by a premier with responsibility for the management of the Tobago Island government. The new Tobago Island government will be made up of several departments and agencies for the administration of Tobago and will have exclusive responsibility to govern in Tobago all aspects of matters specified in a schedule, including agriculture, education, health, culture, housing, industrial development, labor, social services, sport, tourism, works, infrastructure, youth, and more. Also, certain aspects of finance, planning and development, and public utilities. There will also be an office of the Assembly Legislature, an office of the Premier, and an office of the Secretary of Legal Affairs. The committee also believes that there should be a Deputy Premier. The legislation would require the President to act in accordance with the advice of the Executive Council with respect to matters specified in the proposed schedule. And the Premier should be required to keep the President fully informed concerning the general conduct of the Tobago Island government and to furnish the President with such information as he or she may request with respect to any particular matter relating to the Tobago Island government. The committee also proposes the establishment of Tobago divisions of both the Public Service Commission and the Teaching Service Commission. The committee determined that it will be necessary to establish in law a mechanism to facilitate workable financial arrangements between the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the Tobago Island government. The committee also proposes a new Tobago legislature, which will differ from the current House of Assembly in its structure and powers. It is proposed that the new legislature will consist of the President and a House of Assembly comprising 15 elected assemblymen, 5 councillors appointed by the President on the advice of the Premier, 3 councillors appointed by the President on the advice of the Minority Leader, and 2 councillors appointed by the President in his or her own discretion from among outstanding persons resident in Tobago. The Tobago legislature would have exclusive law-making powers in Tobago in regard to a wide list of specified matters including amenities for tourism and policy, marketing and development of tourism, community matters, cultural activities and heritage, education, industries, trades and businesses, housing, water resources, parks and public recreation grounds, sport, roads and highways, the employment of persons who are not citizens, and more. There would also be an Office of Minority Leader, who, being an assemblyman, would be appointed by the President as the person commanding the support of the largest number of assemblymen who do not support the Premier. The committee believes that, like the leader of the opposition, the minority leader should not be required to vacate his or her office on the dissolution of the legislature. The committee proposes that a new Tobago Island Government Bill accompany the Constitution Amendment Tobago Self-Government Bill to provide for essential administrative and procedural matters required for the smooth functioning of the new Tobago Island Government and Tobago Legislature. Therefore, the Tobago Island Government Bill 2021 will provide for operational matters including the financial provisions and a suite of administrative and financial oversight committees for the new Tobago Legislature. The committee pauses at this stage to hear from you because your views will help us shape, adjust, and finalize these preliminary findings. Please visit our website at www.ttparliament.org to access copies of the bills and provide comments on any of the proposed provisions by clicking on the link My Opinion Counts. The Constitution Amendment Tobago Self-Government Bill 2020.